That is Drake's, I don't know, I was going to say new drop, album, EP. I don't even know what we're calling it.
I don't know.
What is it, a deluxe? What is it technically?
I think it's
because it gets bolted onto the end of my.
It's on the end of it, but I don't understand.
It's a deluxe basically, and it's an extended. It's the same album with more tracks. What is it? 6 tracks? I don't know if it's 5 or 6.
6, I believe. Let me check.
Scary Hours 2, I believe it's
6 tracks. Yes, Scary Hours 3. Sorry,
3.
Scary Hours 3. 6 tracks. He released this last week now.
A week before.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Mental. He released this 2 weeks ago. Thoughts. Have you listened to it? You have listened to it.
Oh, of course. This thing has been on repeat.
Thoughts.
Do you know? I tell you, the one bad thing about, and I'm calling this an album, as in the 6 tracks that he's released. The one bad thing about this album is the name.
Scary Hours 3.
He should have named this. If you're listening to this, it's too late, or like
it's still too late.
Like something like, or careful what you wish for, or something mad like that.
Yeah.
This, and you lot heard my views already on the last Drake album, and I think I was maybe a bit. I don't think that's a bad album. I feel like I said that at the time, but I did say it was uninspired and all of that. I think I may have, in retrospect, I went a bit heavy on that. I would have put a little bit less weight on that. But this now, chat to the boy. Like, no, I just like,
it's good music.
Like, if you released this the first time,
bro, there's no problem.
Bro,
you're the greatest. You actually like everyone can agree.
Bro, he's
that you're the greatest.
Spitting, Les.
It's crazy.
It's so good for me. Like, this is the shit. When I was talking about 8 a.m. in Charlotte and all of that, this is when I feel like he set me up for this. And this is what I wanted, and that's why I think I had the disappointment because of the expectation. But A++.
Yeah. I think when you think of For All the Dogs, I guess it can have 2 meanings. I guess depending on how you classify what you or define as dogs in this sense. But I feel like the For All the Dogs that I wanted is what Scary Hours 3 is.
You wanted him to be on some
obviously
rap shit.
Needed more of it for an album. It just felt like For All the Dogs was him being a misogynist, being a shit guy, not really giving a shit about these girls, blah blah. But then I wanted I've always wanted a rap album from Drake. Always. And I get he's good at doing the other stuff.
He does so many things.
He does so many things and
well.
he's good at doing these things, but I feel like just musically, I just want a rap album, or predominantly rap album. He can do some of the other stuff in between, but I feel like I want a predominantly rap album from him. And I feel like Scary Hours 3 is that. He sat down, wrote bars, and just rapped. And
you know what as well? It's not even just the rap thing.
Musically, production-wise,
the production is cold.
Insane.
Just the choices or the thought that's gone into this for me is like, it's perfect. There's what was I gonna say? Oh, there's the production. There's he's rapping. I can't remember what I was gonna say.
Lyrically.
Oh, no. So one of my criticisms on For All the Dogs was we don't know who Drake is. There's no honesty. Yeah. There's this. I can't remember what track it is now.
There wasn't an identity on it.
Yeah, there wasn't enough of him.
Yeah.
What's it? Story About My Brother. What tune's after that? When he's like, I don't know how.
I know what song you're talking about.
And I'm just like,
You Broke My Heart. No,
that's the last track, I think.
The Shoe Fits, sorry.
The Shoe Fits. Like, I'm like, fits. Drake is really telling us that he can't be that guy anymore.
Yeah.
And that's like, that is just, it's just cold. It's cold. And it's, in a way, it's like it's the perfect setup. Like, Thing was just a jab, innit? For All the Dogs was like, boom.
Yeah.
And then you're thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to, bang! Right hand, like, and he's caught, man.
I slipped that one now.
Yeah, you thought you were safe. No, this, yeah, man. I think with this, I don't think Drake's GOAT status was ever really in question. But I think this, This is a
solidifies it or
like
makes the argument harder.
It's tight now. It's real tight now.
I was gonna ask a question. I forgot what it was.
Does it have something to do with Cole and Drake?
No, we can get into that. What was I gonna say? Do we think? Actually, because I think I know the answer to this, but do we think he had this, or do you think this was planned, or this is off of the backlash For All the Dogs was receiving? Because obviously he had, don't want to get into it again, but the whole Joe Budden was grilling him, saying Joe didn't really shit on the album, and this is I think the easiest he's gone on Drake. But he was just basically saying it felt like you said, uninspired. There's no rap. He's making songs with 25-year-olds and blah blah blah, and all these critiques. But ultimately, Joe liked the album, said it was a good album, but he wanted essentially Scary Hours. Do we think Drake has heard the critique and said,
no,
I need to go back?
I don't think it's a response.
You think?
I think it was planned from the start.
You think?
Yeah, because what thing? This came out how many weeks after thing?
The week after.
1 week after.
It was like soon. No, maybe a couple of weeks after.
Maybe I think it's like 2 weeks.
2 weeks after. It was soon.
I don't think you get 6 tracks of this quality with a feature from J. Cole in 2 weeks' time.
You think?
No chance.
Cole can give you a feature.
They make so many tracks.
Yeah.
A lot of these tracks could have been things for whatever reason decided weren't on the album. He could have made, but it's quite current and whatnot. Yeah. But no, I think this was the plan from the drop, because this is the criticism of every Drake album. Oh, we wanted a bit more of this, bit more of that, bit more rap. So he said, all right, cool. I'm going to release the albums that I always release.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to hit you with something else that's going to shut you up, and job done.
Yeah.
Like what? Like any criticism we kind of had for All the Dogs, it's kind of out the window now, bro.
I hear that part. I think this is a response.
Why?
I think this is a response because I don't even know the guy.
I know what he's like, man. I know what he's like.
See, this is it, and this is what I was saying when the album came out. The entitlement, and I'm in that as well, that you feel like I know what he's like.
Well, you do.
How dare I say I know what he's like? I've never met the guy.
Yeah, but you do, though. This is the thing. This is why music's so powerful.
To the point that I'm making is...
Because you feel like you know these people.
To the point that I'm making is, I feel like I know how his reaction to certain things. So, for example, that girl that I think she did a TikTok, the reveal on it, and then he reposted it. That's what he's like. Drake is like petty. Says it in his bars, whatever. So I feel like For All the Dogs came out, and he teased For All the Dogs, and I feel like the title For All the Dogs doesn't sound like a great title, but it's a title that I feel like you have to live up to that title. It's a big title, if I'm making any sense at all.
I think I know what you're saying.
So I feel like For All the Dogs came out, and it felt like this was supposed to be. He was saying this is last album. He's gonna go away for a bit, blah blah, all of this stuff. Before like Drake's like the man at the minute, can do no wrong. He's winning. See his son everywhere. His son's got a couple bars on it. Like this, this is Drake is like the GOAT. Crown is basically on his head. So this album was the last. I'm out. I see you lot when I see you. Then you've come back with 6 cold songs, and you always had this? No. If he always had it, he's only released it because of the backlash.
I disagree.
Otherwise, I feel like you just ride into the sunset and leave For All the Dogs to just keep going. But For All the Dogs didn't have the legs to keep going. So what I'm going to do, and this is probably a streaming thing, is I'm going to bolt on 6 songs at the end of For All the Dogs. So then you're going to run through For All the Dogs. You might even do what I did and create your own playlist and put those songs within For All the Dogs. So now you've got I don't even know what the track list is. So now you've got a longer album. And if you're a fan of Scary Hours, you go back, listen to it, play around with it. Now, for streaming purposes, you're running through the whole thing again. So I feel like releasing Scary Hours wasn't always a part of the plan. The songs might have been there, but I think he's reacted to Joe Budden for starters, but everyone else's critique of the album.
If your theory is correct, then this man is a fucking powerhouse.
Big time.
Like different, bro. Different, because you can't get, in my opinion, 6 high quality tracks done in 2 weeks and deliver it.
Big time.
I disagree. I just don't think that's how it went.
I think the Cole from feature is, I think they're best friends now, so he can get one whenever, and I think Cole just wants to rap.
Yeah, I mean that's Cole's
but I think the other songs, what's that, 2 weeks? Let's say a week to write, a week to record, and then release.
I don't know.
So maybe they did exist before.
Either way, he's thing the noise, and I mean when now we're like having more of a discussion about it. I think it's, in a way, it's not that much of a surprise. He's kind of doing what in a way short time frame. But I remember when Jay-Z released the Black Album, this is gonna be my last album.
Oh yeah.
All of that, and then I think it was a couple of years later he dropped Kingdom Come. Because he even says that in some of the bars. He's like, Noah says that I thought you was done, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm back. This is the
the
storm before the calm. He says it like, the storm before the calm and all of that. So I do think it was planned. I think it was proper planned. But hats off.
Yeah,
you've delivered. I feel like you've truly delivered.
Yeah, you smoked
You've
it.
truly, and do you know what? It was also why I don't think it was planned. Why I do think it was planned is because this EP is for Drake's hardcore rap fan base.
Yeah,
his hardcore rap audience. This isn't for everybody.
No.
So I think it was tactical. I think it was tactical. Because I think if you put this on the thing, it alienates some of the people that are here for Latino Drake and all the other kinds of Drake that we get.
Bad Bunny and that. Like, I rate Bad Bunny just off the stuff that he's done, but I'm not. Yeah, I want to hear you and him together.
Yeah, not really.
Cole feature, Evil Ways, I believe the song's called.
Evil Ways, yeah.
Good song, very good song.
Top tier stuff.
Who again would be great to have down here, but who gets who? Come on,
it's like I watch a lot of boxing. We watch boxing.
Okay, right.
This is the round where we could both watch this round.
Yeah.
And we might come back. You might give it 10-9 Drake. I might give it 10-9 Cole.
Okay.
I think it's a tight one. That could go either way. I was going to say, typically in boxing, you'll give the round to the champion. But I don't know who the champion is.
It depends what you're classing as. Yeah.
I think I'm going to give this to the Toronto native.
He's going to give it to
I'm going to give it to Drake. Which doesn't happen with any of the Cole features that I've heard probably in the last 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, no, I think it's hard at the minute.
It's a real point.
It's hard to get Cole out of here. And I also think he is rapping with people who aren't like, say, your rapper's rapper.
Yeah.
And he's a high quality rapper anyway. So unless he's rapping with Drake or Kendrick or
there's not many people that you're even
Big Sean or
no, I'm thinking of what's it called now? Something P's Cadillac with Benny Butcher.
Yes.
Rapper.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
He's a rapper's rapper.
Rapper. Yeah. Benny. Yeah. Benny.
Benny can rap.
Benny held his weight there.
Yeah, he does well. But I feel like Cole.
Yeah. It's hard to get Cole out of here.
Yeah. And I don't think he gets him out of here. I think, and this is why I describe it like boxing. I think
it's close.
You might have hit me with one more jab. Just before the bell.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you know what? Let's swing. It's still very, very tight.
I think I'm going to agree, and I think I would give it to Drake.
Oh, I wonder if we'll get unanimous. I need to know what Dan thinks.
But I do feel that Cole. I feel like Cole was he was laying down when he was.
Or it's like, you see that round one with Mayweather where he's not going to throw any punches.
Yeah, he kind of sat down, crossed his legs, and said, "No, you go, man. It's cool. It's like you got this one.
Do you know what?
This is on you. This one's you."
I think I love that they've done this, by the way. It's not a criticism on the rhyme structure and the pattern.
The back to back.
Yeah, which I love that. Yeah, but the structure may have arguably
favoured.
No, I wouldn't even say favoured. Just made it a more even.
Yeah.
Battle.
Well, this is my point.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
it needed to be even, because what Cole does, I say does to Drake. We talk about this stuff
like on first person shooter.
What he does to Drake on first person shooter is unfair.
Yeah. So we're gonna define some rules.
It's unfair.
Yeah.
They spit. It's one song, but they spit on different beats.
Yeah.
I think at both ends of the song.
Yeah. Drake doesn't really do much on the same part as
well.
Yeah. At all.
So I feel like they did another feature, but this time again, because everyone was saying Drake had to spit on a different beat because he couldn't keep up with Cole on the same beat. It's right. Let's do another feature.
This is like,
let's do another feature again, but this time
the first one was like UFC, where you can take man down, you can headbutt, you can elbow, all of that, like knees, kicks, everything, biting, all of that.
Yeah.
And then this one we said, no, you can only hit man with your fists.
Yeah, that's it.
Just limit the rules up. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
So I feel like, right, either we'll do another one, but we're gonna spit on the same beat to show that I can keep up. Let's go back to back. So I'll get a 16 or whatever, you get a 16, and we'll go back and back. So then it makes it fair. So even if you do beat me to it, it's not far off. I weren't far off.
And it's a smidget. It's a, when they're athletic, sticking their head out. It's a tight one, but I think I would have to give it to Drake.
Yeah.
And I can't say I ever saw myself really saying that. Which shows that, like, Drake stepped his shit up. Let's be honest. He stepped his shit up.
Yeah.
And it's limited rules, isn't it?
Yeah, no, Scary Hours 3 is good, man. It's good music. Still spinning it till
it's gonna be today. Particularly like in the winter. I need some of that shit in the winter as well.
For sure.
Keep me going, man.